A husband who leaves his wife only to return to find something horrific, the Japanese version of a Ouija board and a mysterious demon that steals the beauty of young girls.
All of this and more on today's most amazing top 10 list. Starting off this countdown, we have the black hair girl. Now, this is said to be a very old Japanese story that has scared kids for generations and generations. So once upon a time, there was a poor samurai living in Kyoto with his wife. One day he gets visited by a wealthy man and he was like, come work for me. So he leaves his wife, works for this dude, and then gets with another woman and just leaves his wife all alone. Years later, he finishes his service for that dude and comes back and realizes he misses his ex-wife. So he heads on over to their old home, and there she was, happily welcoming home. He fell asleep wrapped in her arms. But when he woke up, he discovered he was holding her cold, rotting corpse covered in her black hair. Turns out that his wife passed away many years before from sadness.
Coming in the number 9 spot, we have Kanabari Nayodo. This tale is known as the Bald Man, and it will make you close the blinds in every room in your home. The Bald Man is a tale people would tell to kids to remind them to lock their windows and keep their blinds shut. The story goes like this. The Bald Man was a big time creep. He would go from house to house and peer through people's windows to try and see them naked. This was the favorite pastime of this peeping Tom. Eventually he was caught, and it was discovered that he'd been doing this for quite some time. His family disowned him, and as a punishment, his head was shaved bald. Now this marked weirdo had nowhere to go, and he was forced to live out in the mountains in a self-made hut. While secluded, his urge to peep on people only grew, and one day he returned to the village to try and kidnap someone. In the attempt, he was killed, but it turns out perverts never die. His ghost lived on and said that people will see a bald phantom in a white kimono that will spy on people when they're naked. Someone please call the Ghostbusters. I have some creepy ghosts spying on me while I'm on the toilet.
No kidding.
It's making it very hard for me to go.
Well, just give me the address. We got one!
And guys, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and hit the little notification bell, and stick around until the end of this list because we're going to be shouting up some comments from our collab video, Top 10 Deadly Climate Change Predictions.
So stay tuned. Coming in at number 8, we have 8 feet tall. This story has to do with a creature known as Hashishakusama. I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong. It was very hard. Basically, this creature is super thin and tall, standing at 8 feet tall. Now, she appears to be an attractive woman on the outside, but she is far from being human. This creature is known to trick and abduct kids. It is said that anyone who sees her is doomed to die in the next few days. She is said to have long black hair and is typically seen wearing a white summer dress paired with a wide-brimmed hat, so she's quite fashionable. In fact, she tends to attract children by comforting them and making herself seem like a trustworthy adult. People also say that she can mimic the voice of their parents to also try to trick the children. But don't be fooled, for if you do, you will be killed by her evil wrath.
Coming in at number 7, we have Beto-san. You know that creeping feeling you get when you're walking around late at night and you're all alone? Sometimes you peek over your shoulder because you're convinced that someone is looking at you or following you. You can't shake this feeling. Then it seems like you hear someone behind you walking. Well, that is Beto-san. This is the Japanese ghost that will follow you when you're alone at night. You can hear his footsteps, but then when you turn around to look for it, there's no one there. Now, if you ask me, this sounds like a terrifying ghost. Something that stalks you in the night when the only thing protecting you is a dim streetlight and the shriek that will come out of me when I realize that there's something behind me. But in Japan, Beto-san is actually considered cute. If you're walking alone at night and you hear some steps behind you, you're supposed to say Beto-san okasini okoshi. And this translates to Beto-san, please pass in front. There's even a statue of him around certain cities, and it says you can leave coins in his mouth for good luck.
In our 6th spot, we have the purple mirror. This story surrounds a young girl who is obsessed with her appearance. So much so that she spends her days just staring at herself in the mirror. That's all she cared about. But while doing so, she became really malnourished and gaunt looking. but all she saw in the mirror was her beautiful self, until one day she decided to paint the mirror purple, and that's when she saw what she truly looked like. In disgust, she smashed the mirror. Time passed on, and on her 20th birthday, she got hit and killed by a car. As she was dying, her final words were purple mirror, purple mirror. After the funeral, a bunch of visitors were found dead under weird circumstances. They all died when they turned 20, and all were found dead with shards of purple glass by them. Good thing that I already turned 20 a long time ago.
Coming in number 5, we have Kokorisan. If you guys have watched my content before, you might know what I'm about to say. I don't mess with Ouija boards. I refuse to use them and they creep me out, and the Kokorisan is basically the Japanese version of a Ouija board. There are some key differences though. When you use a Ouija board, the intention is to contact someone from the spirit world, maybe a dead relative, and 9 times out of 10 you end up in contact with some demon that will eat your heart. But with Kokorisan, you're actually contacting a spirit of a trickster who is named Kokorisan. This thing is like the Captain Planet of little trickster animals. This thing is part fox, part dog, part raccoon, and when you put them all together, it sounds like one of the cutest animals that has ever lived. But this is still a trickster god. It will come down and mess with you, and I don't need that kind of mojo in my life.
And at number 4, we have the Snake Woman. The Snake Woman is a Japanese legend about a weird creature with a body of a massive snake and a head of a woman. She's also got creepy snake eyes, a long snake-like tongue with fangs, and long black hair. It's said that this creature lurks the shores, waiting to pounce on innocent swimmers or fishermen. What she will do is trick them. She will pretend like she's drowning, and then when they go to save her, she will snatch them and drag them underwater. She also can paralyze her victims with her eyes, and then use her tongue to suck out all their blood. This is used as a cautionary tale to warn children about swimming or going near water at night or by themselves.
Coming in number 3, we have Futakuchiona. If you know someone who doesn't eat a lot but they still seem to gain weight, they might be Futakuchiona. The English translation of this creature is the two-mouthed woman. She is a woman who has been cursed with a second mouth on the back of her head that is never satisfied, that always needs to eat. Her front-facing mouth seems to be small and never eat. It's so small and shy. The mouth on the back of her head though, that thing is massive and drooling and constantly demanding more food, and it can use the woman's hair like long tentacles that grips food and slams it down the second mouth. If the woman doesn't eat, the second mouth will cause her pain. So she's kind of in a tough spot. How this creature came to be has a couple of different tales, but I think the one I like the best is about a man who remarries and his new wife doesn't like his daughter at all. Eventually the man has a baby with his new wife, and every time she serves the 2 kids, she starves the one child who is not hers by birth. Eventually that child dies. Then one day the dude is chopping wood and accidentally hits his wife in the head with an axe. That sounds a little sus if you ask me. The slash then turns into a mouth that constantly eats and is never full. This is the curse that is given to her for starving that poor child.
In our second spot, we have the Red Crayon. This story begins with a newly married couple that moved into their first house together. One day the husband was walking down the hall when he noticed a red crayon lying on the floor, which was weird because they didn't have any children, so he didn't know where the crayon came from. So whatever, he picked it up and tossed it into the trash. But the next day he found another red crayon in the exact same spot. Finding this weird, he went and asked his wife about it. Apparently she had also been finding red crayons in the exact same spot as well. So they both started inspecting the hallway. At one point the husband began ripping the hallway wallpaper off the wall and noticed a room hidden there, all boarded up. They then removed all the boards, and that's when they found a small hidden room. Inside was their worst nightmare. Written all over the walls in red crayon was, "I'm sorry, mommy, let me out. I'm sorry, mommy, let me out."
Coming in at the number 1 spot, we have Oshiro Ibaba. All of us want to be beautiful, even the people who say they don't care about the way they look or the way that others look. Deep down, there's an urge to be attractive. It's not a shallow thing, it's just a human thing. Well, Oshiro Ibaba, or the face powder demon, preys on this need for people to look good. She only appears on a cold night. She always has a walking stick and a large round hat that covers her face. She doesn't want you to see who she is because this might reveal the fact that she is a horrible demon. She looks for a young girl who might be wanting to look prettier. She preys on those of us with low self-esteem. Pretty rude if you ask me. When she finds a poor girl who craves the secrets of higher beauty, she will offer her some face powder, a secret blend that is supposed to make the girl even more beautiful than she's ever been before. The young girl can't resist, so she takes the powder and dabs some on her face. Well, that was a big mistake. The powder causes the girl's face to decay rapidly until there's nothing left but a skull. Then the Oshiori Baba takes the chunks of flesh that fell off the girl's face and uses them for nefarious things, like more powder.
What is this? Oh, okay, yeah.
I don't know, what is this? Japanese bedtime stories.
Japanese bedtime stories. Disgusting. It's disgusting. 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 Disgusting.
Kanabari Niyudo. Nayudo.
Hashishakusama.
Yeah.
Hashishakusama. Oh my god.
Oshiro Baba. And then the Oshiori Baba. Oshiro Ibaba. Then the Oshiro Beto-san Oka. You're supposed to say Beto-san Osakini Okoshi. You're supposed to say Beto-san Okashi. Osakini Okoshi.
That was a rough one. Wow.
Sometimes they'd be hard.
Where you going?
Futa. Yeah, we need you. Dun, dun, dun. Oshiroi Baba.
Did you look how to pronounce this?
Oshiroi Baba. Oshiroi Baba. No, I looked it up, but I always forget. And also Japanese words are pronounced the way that they're spelled, like exactly. Alright guys, that has been our list. Now we're going to answer some comments from our previous video, Top 10 Climate Change, what was it?
Scary climate change predictions?
Top 10 scary climate change predictions.
Something like that.
Something, yeah. Isabel Sveinbring? Isabel Sveinbring said, well, let's just say we need to get our bloop together. That's very true, or else the earth is just gonna I'm down for a Mad Max future though. Are you?
No. I like things the way that, well, not the way that they currently are.
Motorcycle in the desert? You get to wear tons of eyeliner, you just go, ah! It's gonna be a good time. Adult Gamer wrote in and said, Jay and Lindsay are the best hosts. Please give this shout out a comment in your next vid.
Here's your shout out. Thank you so much for the compliment.
Yes, it was super nice. Thank you.
Nice, thank you.
Ruby14 said, I get paranoid every time I watch a Most Amazing Top 10 video.
Well, especially this one.
Yeah,
that was pretty bad. A lot of people were commenting like, you don't need to scare us anymore. 2020 already sucks.
Yeah.
Like, well, it's the truth. It's the facts. Come on, people.
We're just giving you facts, unless it's a theory video or an urban legend video.
True, but sometimes legends are based off of truth.
Whoa. Molly for Lily the Slayer wrote in and said, basically coronavirus is saving the planet in a way, which is kind of true. We're out less, we're polluting less.
Well, no, because all the masks and gloves are just ending up in the ocean on the floor. If you're wearing a mask, garbage, or get a reusable one. Come on, guys, come on.
Apparently the cloth mask, actually let's not put that in, because that's a conspiracy, I don't know. Yeah, but don't put that in the video because people are gonna be like, put the mask on.
No, just wear a mask.
Just wear a mask, yes, please wear a mask.
Christine Cantu commented, great, I wasn't scared of the future enough. Well, we're just stating the facts. I'm telling you guys, we gotta get our act together.
Yeah.
Come on, save the planet, reduce, reuse, recycle.
Absolutely, be more scared.
Lady Gigi, not Lady Gaga, Lady Gigi commented, Che, you seem a little too happy about a list of the world going to shit.
I told you, I want Mad Max just a bit, just a little bit. Just a piece of me, just ride a motorcycle, you don't wear a shirt, and you have some sort of like boomerang weapon. Go, I think I do well in the podcast. That's the sound of my boomerang.
Oh man. Kason commented, we need to share this video now! Yes, share it to your grandma, to your uncle, to your mother, to your father. I almost started like singing there, I don't know.
To whoever you want.
To save the world, share this video and also give it a like and subscribe and follow us on Instagram to save the planet. It's all for the greater good. It is. Lava Boys commented, Lindsay smells a lot more and it scares me.
I guess he's afraid of your smile?
No, I'm not gonna smile. You're making me insecure.
I don't know why. I don't know what.
Was I smiling a lot during the list? Is that why? Maybe? I don't know. Like if I'm like, we're all gonna die.
Why so serious?
Then that would be scary. But if I'm just like a normal happy being,
like
then why is that scary?
You've been plotting the...
Maybe I had something in my teeth.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hope not. Anyway.
Well guys, that has been our video. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and hit the little notification bell. Until next time, I've been your host, Jade Arena.
And I've been your other.
You're supposed to say, Beto Beto-san, okasini okoshi.